It's fairly raging out there. I can't get the door open. It's a wild night. Keep the wildness outside. You get these little lulls and you think, oh, passing over a bit. And then 2 minutes later you think the van's going to get flipped over. If I was brave enough more, I would run out with a camera on a tripod and film the scene from outside. You have to be out there more than about 30 seconds to be soaked to the skin. You just have to let the folks use their imagination. Right, I'm going to watch the end of this wee movie. Morning folks, out for a morning walk on across the Moine. This great moss or blanket bog. Hope you can hear me, it's a bit breezy. Mo and I had a wild night in the van, parked just in behind you there. The wind was howling and the rain hammering all night, but oh, what a grand night and a beautiful place to wake up. So you can see in the cloud there on the right, we have Ben Hope, the most northerly Munro, and then on this side we can see Ben Loyal, the most northerly Corbett. And on a clear day you can see all the way through to the east coast of Scotland, so that's the north coast of Scotland just there. You can see all the way through between these hills towards Morven, that little table-topped hill, the really steep little hill that rises up above the east coast of Scotland near Lather Wheel. So anyhow, I'm going to continue on. The rain's just beginning again. There you are folks, I've broken out the big camera, so that's a view of Ben Loyal, the most northerly Corbett. I'll spin the camera around quickly before the next shower of rain comes and I'll see if I can do the same for Ben Hope. Let me do that. So there you go folks, Ben Hope. So you Munro baggers out there, this is the most northerly one if you haven't done it. It's a grand hill. It's a relatively easy hike dare I say it, almost a boring hike when you do it from the far side there, but it's a grand viewpoint. There's a couple of videos that Mo and I have posted of hills that we've done from the Kyle of Tongue, and there's a route across to Ben Hope from that direction, which is a bit more of a challenge, and it makes for a really beautiful hike. So there you are, folks, there's a distant view of Morven just here, I think, and the hill closer in is Ben Stoomy above Loch Loyal. And I need to put this camera away because it's getting a bit wet again, so I'm going to put the big camera away and hike on, and I'll get back to you in a wee while. I'm not sure where we're heading next. We don't have a particular route in mind. We're just meandering around here, there and everywhere, but let me get this camera away before the next fog comes over. Better day now, Mo.
Sure is.
If you like 60-mile-an-hour winds. Pretty windy.
At least it's dry.
Yeah. Still looks wet over the higher hills and behind us though.
That we're not going there.
Yeah. Got the white horses racing down the loch. Spoony there.
Yep. You're a big one.
That's a bonny hill. Actually, we're going to turn round so the camera will pick it up. I don't think the camera's pointing to it. way, but I came up from the south. I can't remember which road I was on. There's not actually many to choose from. Anyway, not dwell too much on the journey. I got up here quite late in the evening, and so this is Ben Spooney, and tucked in behind it there's another Corvette, so it's a matching pair. What's it called? Stacky or something, I think it's called. Don't quote me on that, I might have got that wrong. The wee farmhouse actually nestles in between them, and there's a track goes down to the left. So I parked at the end of the track. There's only a few hours of daylight left. I ran down the track, I climbed up to Stacky first. Is it Stacky or Stacky? Something like that. See the road coming away down there, so that Bialak over there, that low Bialak is where we're heading. Anyway, I went up, bagged the first summit, I ran across, came down up to Ben Spooney, and then I came directly down the flank of Ben Spooney, and I was running quite fast. It was in the evening, there wasn't much daylight left, and I was getting closer to the Croft House. There was a chap standing outside watching me. That's the Croft House over there, you see that white house?
Yeah.
Anyway, I glanced over at him, and then I glanced back in the direction that I was running in, and realised that there was a fence coming up fast. And I thought, well, I'm going too fast to stop. I'm just going to have to go for it and see if I can get across it. So I gave a jump, and I went flying across this thing as if it was all planned, and I landed well on the far side, and all the tussocks and the moss and the heather and the bog. I landed on a nice firm bit that gave me a spring in my step, and I just carried on. It never broke my pace. And although the house was quite a way back, I'm sure the old stalker had a good set of eyes on him and could see what I was up to. He must have thought, oh, what is this guy doing? Running these hills at this time of night, jumping fences like there's springs in my feet. So that was a summer evening ascent of Clanstacky and Ben Spooney. So can you see the wee cottage, Mo? I don't know if the camera is picking it up. So that's underneath Cranstacky. I've just checked the map, it's not Carnstacky, it's Cranstacky, right enough. And you see there's a bit of a track going up behind the house there, and then it just disappears into a nothingness. So you can go up that track and then basically head to the left a little bit where there's a tiny burn coming down. You can follow that, there's a wee shoulder, and that shoulder leads all the way to the summit. And the summit's quite a pointed hill, and then a big Bialak, and then if you turn the camera around and go in that direction, you'll see Ben Spooney with that great curve coming down. So in good weather, it's just a big U shape between the two summits. So I went across and did the summit of Ben Spooney, and then I just ran down that broad grassy slope and jumped the fence, and then across that boggy bit back to the track here. And then my car was parked down there, but I see that there is
deer stalking.
Deer stalking, strictly no unauthorised access. They used to allow you to park down there. I don't know if this means no parking down in that wee bit or not. Because otherwise it'd be quite difficult to do Cranstacky and Ben Spooney. Leave your car in Liverpool. Okay, upwards and onwards, Mo, we've got a long way to go.